Welcome to Short Nail Life. So in today's video, we're going to do burning letter nails. So with that being said, I need to also say this video is inspired by Robin Moses. Um, I got this idea and I didn't realize it was like anti-Valentine's Day, and I could have did this during the actual Valentine's season because it's after Valentine's Day. But it it turned out that way. So I will put this in my Valentine's Day playlist, and it'll be in the cards up above if you want to watch that. Um, but yeah, Robin Moses just had a bunch of videos on burning flame nails, and she was the inspiration. I don't know, when I got the idea, I was like, I think Robin Moses did this already. I was like, I don't think I should do it, but I couldn't find her videos, but maybe she did do this as well. But I just used her burning letter tutorial, and I just added just the actual letter part to it. But it's basically the same. She does use acrylic paint. I don't. I used to use acrylic paint because she really inspired my love for nail art, but I just never got the hang of it. So I did transition this to gel. Also, this is my first time putting a form on something other than myself, and this was difficult. So if it just looked weird, let's just ignore the whole process of this because it looks weird. It does not look right, but that's what filing is for. You can always fix everything with filing. And I was also, like you saw, flash curing with the flashlight. That was a no. Don't do that. I don't get good results when I flash cure with anything other than my big lamp. The only thing I think I have good results with is like my Madam Glam flash lamp. Well, my small lamp. That's the only thing I get good results with. But even that, I still feel like I have to immediately put my hand in the big lamp. So I prefer just to flash cure in a big lamp from now on, because this just became a blob and a mess by the end. And I'll show you, of course, because I'm trying to help somebody to not do what I did. But I'm just trying to make this a little bit more opaque at the bottom. I'm not trying to build the nail up too much. Not trying to add too much product and too much bulk. But I actually did. So with this particular design, you will want to make this on a thinner side. And it wasn't so bulky when I got done with the nails. The problem was I added the bulk with so many gel polish top coats and all of that because I was really unsure of what I wanted to do or how to do it. It was a learning process for me. So I just kept, to be sure that I wasn't going to mess something else up, I did add a matte top coat in between a couple of the steps. So yeah, build this on the thinner side if this is like your first time and you're unsure as well, and you want to add some matte top coats as like I did. And I actually did make these super thin by accident, and I added product to just give them that strength back because like they were really too thin. But I could have left them like that because again, she's not a real person, and by the time I put on all of those coats, it probably would have worked out, but I didn't know. I forgot to mention, I do not like these Rosalind builders in a bottle. I bought them last year. I'm trying just to use them because I have them, but I don't like them. It's the brush. The product is so thick, and then the brush doesn't help. And as you see, my application has a lot of bubbles in that clear part. They kind of floated out by the end, but yeah, I don't like it. So like I told you, I've been flash curing, so that little bubble is actually wet product that's going to drop at some point. It did drop at this point, which is why my nail looked bulky and weird, because it had dropped and I needed to hurry up and flash cure it. So I had to flash cure what I was doing in the process. So yeah, that looks weird because of that. That's why I only built 2 nails on this part right here, because it was just like nothing was working. But I'm proud of it because for my first time, I think I did a good job of building with these forms and dealing with the problems. I just know from now on to stop trying to flash cure with these little devices and use my big lamp. That's the best solution. So like I said, I added so many top layers of top coat and stuff. So this was another layer. This is just so I could draw on the nails, because at first, the first part of my design, I was just going to draw the letters, but it was like I started off strong. I think the beginning was good, but as I got into like a rhythm, I just started messing up more, and maybe I should have just went back in and added more product on my brush. Like right here, I started off strong. This is perfect. The way this is turning out that I'm doing, this is perfect because you don't really need words. You just need something like an illusion of a letter. But as I got to like the third row and right there, I just started messing up, and it was like, what am I doing? So I just wiped this off, and I found some foil that actually had words on it. So here's a thin layer of foil gel. Tells you the nails are getting bulky at this point. So I found this foil, and it said, I believe it says made by you, but I always see Melody Moo or Melody You something, but it probably says made by you. My only issue with this foil was that the words were too far apart, and the foil gel was acting up. So it actually worked in my favor because I was able to manipulate them a little bit closer on this nail. I honestly forgot how to use foil gel. I haven't used it in a minute, so that was the issue. But I didn't figure it out by the end. By the end though, it didn't even matter because I was okay with it the whole process. I didn't really get mad about the fact that my transfer wasn't being so perfect because I was going to draw on the sides anyway. And in my original idea in my head, I wanted to add rose petals some type of way. But by these being such short nails, I felt like that may have gotten to be too much. I said my foil application was not perfect. I don't know what I did. I just kind of forgot how to do it. But it's fine because this worked out perfectly. With this process, you're going to need like some liquid latex or like those little finger aprons if you're allergic to latex, because it's going to get very messy. So I'm going to use that black that was just up there. This is like a caramel brown. And then I'm going to use a dark brown as well. If you follow this tutorial, I would say follow, because I'm going to show you in depth how I did the first one, because that was like my trial finger, and I did a lot more to this finger to me than I did to the rest. This finger turned out the best because I actually like gave it proper attention, I guess. So that's why I think this turned out the best. But right now I'm just doing a matte top coat, like I said, bulking the nails back up. This is because I didn't know really what I was doing, and if I had to take it off, I didn't want the words to come off with it, which I really didn't have to remove any of the product. This can be messy. This does not have to be perfect, which is the beauty of this design. It does not have to be perfect. So even had I left that without covering it, it would have been fine. So all I'm doing is on this sponge. As you saw, I got a little bit of product on the sponge, and I dabbed out as much excess as I could. I kind of just want the brown, but I don't want too much brown, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna go in with the darker brown, and I'm going to go slightly above the brown I just put on there. I actually made that first layer a little thick, but it's okay because it's just going to get covered up anyway. But I still want each layer to be seen, if that makes sense. And the whole time I was sitting here thinking about whether or not all of these steps were necessary. And I guess you could get the same effect if you just did one layer of black. But I personally like this first nail, like I said, because I did put too much black on the rest of them. And I saw kind of how that would look. I think if I did it all over again, I would do the process of the first nail. I honestly loved all of the layers. So I'm just dabbing on that black as thinly as I can. But I want the pigment because I'm going to build this black up anyway. And with this brush, I'm going around the corners and I'm going at the edges. So you see me kind of doing like a stippling motion. This is, if you ever seen paper burn, this is that effect that comes around the edges when it burns. That's what that's supposed to look like. And then you're going to want to take that liner brush around the edges because it was hard for me to get in there with the sponge. And you're going to want to put it around the free edge, which I don't show you that I did too well. But yeah, I put that around there just so it could be dark at the edge. And I want to mention, this is uncured when I do this second layer of black right here. I should have mentioned, I've cured all of these layers. This was not wet the entire time. I have been flash curing each layer after. But I'm just adding more black to it right now. I just felt like it needed to be darker. And once I did this, I felt like it was maybe a little too dark around the edges. So while this black layer right here is still wet, I introduced that first, the lightest brown color back into it because I felt like it got lost a little bit. And I think that's why this nail kind of turned out the best, because I put that lightest color back in there instead of letting it get lost a little bit. And so for the next ones, I'm just going to do the same process. But again, I did make these too dark. Even this nail came out too dark. Well, not too dark. I just think I should have introduced that caramel color back in at the end. Because that's really the only step I did that I did not redo. I feel like that first color got lost. And it, to me, makes it makes a difference. I really feel like it makes a difference. So when I got done with this set, because you're gonna see it, I was so excited because I was like, this is a good base. Like, I feel like it's a good base. Like, what else can I do? Because you can make this an accent nail, and you can make the rest of them black, or you can, I don't know, it's so much you can do. So tell me, how would you enhance this nail set, or what would you add to it? What would you take away? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I just feel like there's so much you can do. Basically, in my head, I feel like there is so many ideas that you could do with this, and I just want to know, how would you like take this nail set and take it to another level? Let me know down below. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I am excited. On this pinky nail, I really did do too much black. I don't know. I was so confident. I think that's what it is. I just got too confident because it was turning out the way that was in my head. But like I said, I just wished I went back in and I just put in more of that caramel brown, because it felt like it got a little bit lost. But it still turned out the exact way I wanted, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. And again, let me know, what would you do to enhance this set, or what would you take away? What would you add? Because I feel like you can make this an accent nail. Like I said, you can make one nail an accent nail. You can do the rest. It was a lot you could do with it. Because I can even see myself turning this into a Beauty and the Beast theme type nail set, which is why I end up adding that rose in the end. And that was actually my thought process, because I was talking to you guys. I was like, you know what? This looks like Beauty and the Beast. Let me add a rose. But first, I'm going to show you one matte and one shiny. This one is shiny. This one is matte. Decided to go with the matte. I just thought it looked cute. And that's how this became matte. And at this point, like I said, I was like, this looked like a Beauty and the Beast set. Let me see if adding a flower would do anything to it. And it just turned out so cute. So now it's not only anti-Valentine, it's like Beauty and the Beast theme. Like, there's so much that I see with this nail set. So much potential. And I'm excited. Yeah, let me know what you would do. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you had a good time watching this. Oh, thank you so much to everybody who is watching my nail art videos. Again, I cannot tell you thank you enough. I really, really appreciate it. I want you to have an amazing day, guys. Stay positive. Bye.